Hi, this is Brad Linder with Liliputing, and today I'm unboxing an HP Mini 5102, which is the latest business edition of the netbook from HP. Previously they had the HP 5101, which was a really nice machine. This one is a little bit updated. Has the same basic overall look. This is a demo unit, so you can see not everything's quite in the proper place. I assume the battery probably came in here once upon a time. Right now it's not in there. But here's basically what you'll get in the box. We've got a power cable, a power brick, this is up, and the computer, which we'll take a closer look at in just a second. And then underneath here, we've got some documentation, including a Windows 7 Professional DVD for this particular model. Comes with a variety of different versions. So you can get Windows 7 Starter Edition, Windows XP Professional, SUSE Linux, FreeDOS, I believe, are some of the options. Supplemental software disk, recovery disk, Total Media Theater 3, and Windows XP Professional SP3 operating system. So you're probably not going to get all of these. I'm not entirely sure if the model I have is going to be running Windows 7 or Windows XP based on those disks. We've got the warranty, getting started guide, and some other information. So let's take a closer look at the laptop itself. As you can see right off the bat, one of the first things that makes this different from the 5101 is that it is available with several different colors. This one is red. It's also available in blue or black. It's a little bit thick, but it's got a very sturdy feel, and the case is completely made out of metal, including the magnesium alloy case. Around the sides, we've got a SD MMC card slot here, microphone and headphone, USB Ethernet, a lock port, nothing on the back. Power, VGA, 2 more USB for a total of 3 USB ports. On the front there's a switch for toggling the wireless on and off, and a single LED for hard drive. On the bottom you've got a RAM access port and the battery, and that's about it. So if you wanted to change the hard drive, you're going to need to disassemble the computer a little bit more. Now, one of the nice things about this particular model is that you can change the RAM without a screwdriver. All you have to do is pop out the battery and then hit the same buttons, and it actually opens the RAM door. So you can take a quick look in there and see that there's a single slot. This particular model is shipping with 2 GB of RAM. I think the cheapest version probably ships with 1 GB. Now, one of the other things that makes this more of a business edition netbook is the fact that it I have to figure out how to put that back in, is the fact that it comes with a 7200 RPM hard drive. Sort of a shiny plastic over this battery. Here we go. It comes with a 7200 RPM hard drive, or it's available with a high quality SSD, not one of the sort of cheap 16 GB or 32 GB models that aren't very fast, but actually a high quality, I believe 80 GB SSD, which should offer even better performance than the 7200 RPM hard drive. So, you know, overall you get some premium features with this laptop. Let's take a look inside here. Kind of a large bezel around the screen, but it's a matte display. I'm not sure how well you can see that, but it doesn't reflect nearly as much glare as you would get from a glossy screen, which is a nice touch. The touchpad is almost a glassy feel to it. I actually really like this. I know not everybody does, but I find it very easy to slide across, and 2 distinct buttons underneath. I'm not entirely sure why it is that a lot of netbook makers have been going to sort of a 1-button look, like on the ASUS EPC 1001P here. I think, you know, it's probably easier to make something look nice with a single button, but I like having 2 distinct buttons so that you know exactly where it is that you need to put your fingers. If you click in the middle of one of these with a dial, rocker dial, nothing happens. You have to click on the left or the right. Here you've got 2 distinct buttons. Now, another nice thing about the HP Mini 5102 is that it's got a nearly full-size keyboard with an isolation style layout here, meaning that there's flat keys with some spaces in between them. I really like the keyboard on the 5101, and it looks like this is pretty much the same keyboard. Power button is right here, and I believe it glows when you turn it on. And that's about it for the preliminary features. Some models also come with a carrying handle that is built right in. The handle is not necessarily removable, so this particular model doesn't have a handle. If you get the version that does have a handle, that handle is supposed to stay on most of the time. So I'd actually probably prefer not to have the handle. I know a lot of people would have liked to have the handle if it was easily attachable and detachable, but it's not really meant for that sort of use. Another feature that I actually forgot to point out just now is the fact that the battery has a little push button that shows you an indicator of how much juice is in the battery. So you push, and it looks like this battery is fully loaded. It's got a brushed metal aluminum cover here, and as I said, a magnesium alloy chassis. Overall, very nice solid feel. Now, the HP Mini 5102 does cost a little bit more than a typical netbook. Prices tend to start at around $399 and can go up to more than twice that, depending on which model you buy. And, you know, that's sort of the price that you pay for some of these extra features, including the all-metal case, the 7200 RPM hard drive. Some models, and I'm not sure if this is one of them, also have a touchscreen display. This is actually a kind of thick display, so I think this model actually might have a touchscreen. I'm not going to know that for certain until Windows boots here. Looks like we have a Windows 7 model here. Okay, well, if this is a touchscreen, it's not configured right now, but you can see the mouse works just fine, boots fairly quickly. And there you go. That's the first look at the HP Mini 5102. I'm Brad Linder with Liliputing.